There you go. Generic control and the Doc goes me here, back with some more Overanalyzing Avatar. Today we have the Ember Island players, which is where there was like the skit or whatever that they're like impersonating the Avatar gang and all that. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the next couple episodes because this is the last one that's kind of like not super serious until the finale when, oh my god, I'm so excited for the next couple episodes, which will be coming out on Thursdays for the next couple Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. Patrons get them a day early for $3 a month. Get you all my reaction videos a day early. I've always kept it that price. I don't have paywalls on my channel, so anybody that gives on the Patreon gives because they want to, and it goes so far in supporting the channel. You have absolutely no idea how much just a $3 monthly patron pledge does to my channel, and you get 16 videos a week a day early, which is crazy. So you won't miss future videos because I send them out to you through Patreon and the Discord server. You can check my reaction to the Southern Raiders, which is an awesome episode. I'll leave my reaction to that right up there. Also be linked down below in the description. Also, in a playlist on my channel with all my other Overanalyzing Avatar reactions going in chronological order, and I do read all your comments. Leave them down below. Kim Doug always leaves a really good breakdown of this and My Hero Academia, which I just started the bridge of on Monday, but I just finished up season 6 last week, and I just started Demon Slayer season 3 today. So crazy thing. Also, the video after this should be a Breaking Warhammer video. I'm so excited for that video. So excited. But we got to get to the Ember Island players, and then, oh my god, the next couple Thursdays is going to be so good. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Oh man. Also, if anything's ever blurred, YouTube's copyright system is dog water. We all know this.
Ever Overanalyzing disclaimer. This episode is mostly all jokes and the show Overanalyzing itself, basically.
Oh, is it?
So I don't know how long this video is going to be,
It's
but
be
my mission statement for this entire series was that I'm going to say everything I want to say. So we'll see how long that takes and how long this video ends up being, I guess.
That's fair.
Just don't flame me too hard if it's 5 minutes long.
It's not 5 minutes long.
Weird that we're hiding from the Fire Lord in his own house?
Top shoes aren't kicked out on the bottom once again here. Don't see why she'd fix them, so I'd say that's an error.
That is an error.
My father hasn't come here since our family was actually happy.
It seems like Zuko actually lost a lot of muscle mass over the course of the show, now that I think about it. In his Agni Kai with Zhao, he was way more built than this. It makes sense, too, considering he was on the road for a while, living meal to meal.
You guys are not gonna believe this. There's a play about us.
Here's another meta joke. The poster for The Boy in the Iceberg is a riff off the actual cover art for the release of Book 1 on DVD.
The Boy in the Iceberg is a new production from acclaimed playwright Pooh on Tip.
And obviously the name of the play is a reference to the title of the first episode of the show. You can actually see through this parchment again to see the artwork on the other side. I don't know why, but I really love it when they do that. It's just something they really didn't have to do.
His sources include singing nomads, pirates, prisoners of war, and a surprisingly knowledgeable merchant of cabbage.
This is a weird joke. A cabbage merchant. Everything else he just said makes sense.
Does anybody know this
singing
cabbage?
nomads, the pirates, the prisoners of war. But what's this about a cabbage merchant? I
have
no idea what he's talking about.
Brought to you by the critically acclaimed Ember Island players.
Ugh. My mother used to take us to see them. They butchered love amongst the dragons every year.
Was Zuko a big drama head?
Yeah, was he?
His mom took him, so he had to be pretty young. Shit, I didn't even know movies could be bad until I was like 10. I just thought everything I saw was the best movie ever. But Zuko,
That's fair.
this guy, he has taste.
Trying to sit next to Katara.
Hey, I wanted to sit there.
Just next to me. What's the big deal?
Zuko, killing me,
Zuko,
man.
yeah.
Zuko's awkwardness and lack of social awareness kind of calling back to how maladjusted he and Azula were back in the beach episode. We didn't get to see much of Zuko being awkward because he was just angry all the time, but is he just as socially clueless as Azula?
Why are we sitting in the nosebleed section? My
How do you
feet
know?
can't see a thing from up here.
So Toph would be able to see better on the ground, on the probably equally wooden flooring. She doesn't need to be on an earth-based substance to see. It's just confirmed.
Also, there's a lot of people.
All I want is a full feeling in my stomach. I'm starving.
So, okay, like I said,
How does
explaining jokes isn't
like?
funny. It's actually like negative funny since it steals the meaning of getting the joke. But with shitty jokes like this that are purposefully unfunny, I don't know. I'm in a weird spot here. Sokka is very food motivated at the start of the show. Shit,
he is.
Top shoes are kicked out in this shot. Make up your mind, show.
All right, which ones are that? Hey, look, it's Egg.
I like that you can actually see the lines on the bald cap throughout the play.
Oh, yeah.
It's not perfectly matched to the actress's skin tone.
I don't have time to stuff my
I
face.
think it's on the wrong side.
Capture the Avatar to regain my honor.
All right, another behind-the-scenes fact: actor Zuko is actually voiced by Dante Bosco's actual real-life brother, which is pretty cool. Dante Bosco is Zuko's voice actor. By the way, if you didn't
he was in a nostalgic video. I do know who that is.
And get massages.
This could have been a verbatim line out of Iroh at one point, if you think about it. Dang, that's a pretty good artist.
I got a
rendition
massage
of the Southern Air Temple, actually.
2 weeks
That's
ago.
good attention to detail.
Afterwards, they were like, "Yeah, your entire body stents."
Definitely didn't notice on the first couple
You're
watch
nothing
throughs.
but stress.
Actress Aang here actually has a fake arm dangling so she can puppeteer Sock Momo.
Oh, really? I never noticed that little
Make
thing.
my butt look fat.
Oh, yo, check out the background of this part of the
With
play,
Koi
too.
Monster.
You can actually see the Unagi. Man, they got all the pirates right too? Shit, if this guy had a weird heart tattoo in the back of his head, I would have been very impressed.
Does he?
I'm the Blue Spirit, the scourge of the Fire Nation, here to save the Avatar.
AKA Zuko.
It's super funny that the guards in the background all just collapse when the Blue Spirit shows up. Other than that, yeah.
Why is Zuko fighting the Blue Spirit? He is the Blue Spirit. Don't like him. Still don't like him. I don't like actor form of him.
Will wipe out that nasty town for you.
How do they know that was the
people
plan?
Actually see Jet, like they think this is the extent of his character. And I mean, that's not the joke in the show, but it is funny that it worked out that way.
It's the Great Divide, the biggest canyon in the Earth Kingdom.
Wouldn't it be the world?
Let's keep flying.
And this,
I've
of
flown
course,
over
is
the
the
Grand
most
Canyon.
famous meta
It's
joke
big.
out of all of them. The Great Divide was panned by viewers and critics alike even back then, but this joke is probably what solidified it as the centerpiece of any bad Avatar episode.
They knew it was bad.
Bye, Sokka. I have important moon duties to take care of.
How do they know that she turns into the moon?
Being on a roughly 30-day cycle between full moons. That is my chief
I
priority.
fully
Really
believe the
gonna nail
theory.
that one, Sokka.
Apparently, the
she's
playwright
the reason
thinks I'm an
moon's
idiot who tells
always
bad
full.
jokes about meat all the time.
Yeah, you tell bad jokes about plenty of other topics.
Got him.
They're not accurate portrayals. It's not like I'm a preachy crybaby who can't resist giving over-emotional speeches about hope all the time. What?
I mean, to be fair,
What?
he only did that like twice. I mean, well, 3 times if you count filler.
You can't
If you
find an
found
independent
filler.
master in the sky. You have to look underground.
Wait, is that John DiMaggio? It is John DiMaggio.
I don't know
just
who John
looked it up.
DiMaggio
He's a
is.
big name to get for a bit part. That's kind of cool.
Well,
Who?
Toph, what you hear out
That guy a
there is the
legend?
truth. It hurts, doesn't it?
Are you kidding me? I wouldn't have cast it any other way.
I like
What?
this moment for Toph. She just has like a really good outlook on things.
Yeah, she's happy to be noticed.
If you don't forward this video to 5 people by midnight tonight,
Forward.
wall break Aang will be at the foot of your bed.
It's time we had a talk.
Aang broke the
about
4th
your
wall.
hair. It's gone too far.
Maybe it's best if we split up.
Was that a hair pun?
Wait! What's
Wait,
that?
for hair?
I think it's your honor.
Where?
She forgets the whole shooting Iroh thing.
But how?
I mean, that is probably what happened. There was literally a door there.
Seriously, how do they
Goofy as
know?
This episode is. I love this little through line of this old man doing all the backstage work. It shows
Just
a
one
lot of
dude.
methods that are actually used in theatrics,
Uh-huh.
which is pretty cool.
Haha, yes! Continue drilling. The city of Ba Sing Se can hide no longer.
Well, now there's 2 people right there.
This part
They're
has always
so-
confused me. Is this a comment on the drill episode being
The drill
boring?
episode was
Because
amazing.
as far as I know, that one was pretty well liked back then, and it's anything but boring.
No! Jet! What did they do to you?
Dude, look at actor Toph over
I
here.
will not.
Stanced up like that.
Go to the lake. I would not go to Lake Legali or whatever
Did
it's called.
Jet just die? You know, it was really unclear.
Actually, the creators actually hard confirmed Jet's death in an episode of Avatar Extras. They just had to leave it vague because Nickelodeon.
I've had
Wait.
eyes for you since the day you
I never realized so many 4th wall
This
breaks
is
here.
genuinely how people that put Zuko and Katara together think, right? Just because of this line that they somehow read as flirtatious or having some romantic undertones.
I need to capture him to restore something I've lost. My honor.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps in exchange I can restore something you've lost.
Do they get that this joke is kind of making fun of that mindset?
I thought you were the Avatar's girl.
Oh, yeah. Aang's like, yeah.
The Avatar? Why, he's like a little brother to me.
Wait, this is exactly how the Katara and Zuko shippers talk. Is this actually a direct call-out? I never thought of it that way. Stunted on Zutara people, I guess.
Zutara.
My
That's the
brother,
ship name, I
what's
guess.
it going to be? Your nation or a life of treachery?
Bars! Whoa, check out this different take on the Badger Mole that's on the Earth King's throne in the play. Much more Badger than Mole in this take,
Uh-huh.
which makes sense, I suppose, since the playwright and the designers definitely haven't been
More
to the
Mole.
Earth King's chambers, and they more than
That's
likely
true.
haven't seen a Badger Mole. I
They
kind
probably
of
just
like
heard
this
about
take
it.
more. My favorite character design detail in this episode is this unimpressed smiley face that's just on the front of May's
It's
clothes.
not-
Now
it's
that is how
very
you write and design
May-like.
a character. When actress Azula attacks here, you can see actress Aang actually open her eye just a little bit so she can see it and then catch it and react to it.
Huh.
This scene actually reuses the music from the scene of Aang dying, which in that scene was very appropriate.
Yeah.
In this scene,
That's actually really good.
no, it still fits.
It seems like every time there's a big battle, you guys barely make it out alive. I mean,
Hey, you got
you
captured.
guys lose a lot.
You're one to talk, Suki.
Yeah.
Didn't Azula take you captive? That's right, she did.
Yeah,
Did
this
she?
is like me saying, wow, that guy cares
sad-
about a cartoon way too much. Have
The
some
sad
self-awareness,
face.
Suki.
I'm gonna check outside.
What about the moon duties?
I hate this play. I know it's upsetting, but it
Uh.
sounds like you're overreacting.
Overreacting? If I hadn't blocked my chakra, I'd probably be in the Avatar state right now.
That doesn't seem to have a lot to do with the play. I guess maybe
Yeah.
there was a scene retelling his time with the Guru that we didn't get to see, so that's why he's so fired up on that point right now.
I don't know.
It just seems like a weird thing to bring up since he didn't seem to leave over
I think
that,
it's just
and
been
the
on his
following
head for a while.
conversation isn't about that at all.
I got some jokes I want to give to the actor me.
I'm
That's
an
a
elite
terrible
warrior
idea.
who's trained for many years in the art of stealth. I think I could get you backstage.
This
Oh,
joke has
God.
never worked for me. I don't know what it is. Maybe
Yeah,
it
I
just
don't know
doesn't
what
feel like
that's supposed
Avatar humor to me.
Be,
You don't get
yeah.
it. It's different for you. You get a muscly version of yourself taking down 10 bad guys at once and making sassy remarks.
Okay,
That's
well,
tough.
no, Zuko, that's her thing. She does do that. That's her whole
That's
thing.
literally
her.
her. That's a
You have
perfect
redeemed
portrayal.
yourself to your uncle. You don't realize it, but you already have.
How do you know?
Because I once had a long conversation with the guy, and all he would talk about was you.
And this is what we get for a Zuko and Toph.
So
bonding
Toph
moment.
did know
It's
that
not
that
a whole
was
episode,
IRL?
but it's
Oh,
still
yeah,
very
they did.
endearing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it gets the job done
They
just fine.
did have
even
that
if
moment.
Zuko doesn't say Toph's name once in the entire show. Yeah, he doesn't, by the way, not once. But anyway, I think this is very nice and very called for, and a nice callback to a highlight of a previous
He
episode.
doesn't say her
Good
name
moment.
once in the entire show.
Ow! What was that for?
That's how I show affection.
That's true.
Say hi to that big fuzzball for me. Thank you, Katara.
Ow, really does have a heart, doesn't he?
Bonk.
Don't ever tell her I said any of this.
Your Zuko costume's pretty good, but your scar's on the wrong side.
I didn't know.
And look at his face, he's just like-
This kid says this because stage Zuko has the scar on the wrong side, and even in the promotional poster. I don't know how I didn't notice that for so long.
The scar's not on the wrong side!
What does the cabbage merchant use to fix his cabbages? A cabbage patch! Who are you anyway? I'm just a guy who likes comedy.
Okay, if I look at third
yeah.
channel, that's what I'm calling it.
And I thought we were
Third
gonna
channel
be
just
together,
guy that likes comedy.
but we're not.
I like that even though this is a goofy recap episode, they still find the time to push the emotional
Things
storylines
get
of
serious.
characters forward. Like
Next
Aang kissed Katara
episode.
7 episodes ago now, and there hasn't been anything on it since then at all. It's really good that they found the time in here to mention it. Otherwise, the final shot could have felt a little weird.
I'm just a little confused.
Oh.
I just said I was confused.
Read the room, Aang. I mean, last time you pulled that conversation
It
had a good
worked.
energy behind it. I could see what you were going for there. Can't pull this move right after she says she's confused, bro. That's a learning experience, I guess.
Here's
Fumbled-
what you missed.
fumbled the bag.
We went to the Fire Nation, and you got better, and Katara was the painted lady.
Oh yeah, the painted lady.
How did they
Which
know?
gets even
How
less
did
of a
they
shout-out
know?
than The Great Divide, and I'll let you draw your own conclusions from that. And while we're on the topic,
I like how
Aang
they
has been
skipped
wearing the
it.
same kind of hat that Shu from that episode was wearing. So never
Oh.
mind, painted lady, 10 out of 10. Woo!
And I think a
the
Combustion
hat.
Man died.
That's interesting because they're about to
He
go into
definitely
the
died.
episodes about the invasion, and I'm sure
Which
you'll
happened-
remember Combustion Man didn't blow himself up until shortly after. The
How do they even
invasion.
know about
So in the
Combustion Man?
plays
Isn't
that
he like
he
a
died when
mercenary?
Toph sniped him in the head with that pebble. I wonder.
Hey, Toph, would you say you and Aang have a rocky relationship?
Is that his joke?
I told him to say that!
Man, Sokka's so great. Jack DeSena is a treasure. I said it a long time ago, but seriously, Sokka doesn't have a weak line read in the entire show. And you gotta
Does he
give
really
props to
not?
the animators too. Like, look how electric Sokka is here.
Actually, I'm home, and I want to join you.
Wait, the Ember
Oh.
Island players think Zuko's best hairstyle was the short style as well? Never mind, Boy the Iceberg, 10 out of 10. Woo!
Boy, and I.
Zuko and the Avatar are at the palace. They are trying to stop you.
I love this. Sozin's comet has arrived, and Ozai is still just sitting on his throne. Stop him from doing what? Yelling about the comet?
What about Sozin? What? I thought that was the
This is
eclipse.
pretty good choreography for a stage fight. Shit, say it with me. This is better than the Zuko versus Zhao fight.
It
And
is.
it's not even a real fight.
Just dies saying honor. That's such a cool effect.
Yeah, so this play is structured super
Cheering
weirdly.
Zuko's
It
death?
tells the story of the gang, but it's a propaganda play for the Fire Nation. So
Obviously.
despite the entire play centering around the main characters, the audience is actually rooting for who was set up to be the play's antagonist. Who the fuck wrote this? Why did you think this was a good idea, Poo Wantin?
So, you have mastered all 4 elements?
No.
I'm here in my other chair.
The comet is already here.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm unstoppable.
He's
Are
yelling
you
about
now?
the comet. Someone
Also, a little bit of
stop
his arrow showing. Oh, Aang has a staff.
him. Oh, and there goes the
There.
staff.
The dreams of my father and my father's father have now been realized.
on the microphone.
The
That was so
world
perfect.
is mine.
It's weird, but this does set up the stakes for the finale pretty well. In this really goofy way that I think only this
Oh
show
my
could pull off
God.
and still have some gravitas behind it.
That wasn't a good play.
No.
I'll say.
No kidding.
Horrible. You
Are they making
said
fun of the
it.
critics?
But the effects were decent.
He's right.
I like this
He's
episode.
right.
I think it's fun. I think that's the general consensus, but there are a few people that see
Right
this
before
as a
things
total
get
waste of time
really
and a terrible
crazy.
episode. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I see where they're coming from at least a little bit. I think it fills a very similar role to Nightmares and Daydreams. That being, there's a very
True.
heavy episode beforehand, and we're about to get very, very serious moving
Very
on. So
serious.
we need to remind the viewers that, you know, we're still having fun. It's a really bold move to make the last episode before your 4-part finale to be basically a gag episode. Personally, I think it works. I like a lot of the jokes and the meta humor, and when a person or piece of media can laugh at themselves. And it's not like it's totally without merit. There's some use in reminding the audience of the journey before it comes to an end, absolutely. And it does take the time to have some heartfelt, emotional conversation. It's not all nonsense. So, I think it's good. I like it.
And
Patreon shoutouts if you want to be 2 episodes ahead of
how many
each
minutes of
release. You can
this?
support me on Patreon for just a few bucks.
2.5
Link, as always,
minutes.
is in the description below
So
the video.
crazy.
Big shout out to all. Go to my top patrons. Spurb, who knows every single way to skin a cat. Caesar's Ghost, who was given shark powers by the Shark Council. Danger Stranger, whose birth took a full calendar year, but he came out with a 6-pack. Emperor Tromedla,
That's hard to do.
who can drink
It's not
straight
worth
up
it, though.
vinegar with a straight
Don't
face.
have a 6-pack.
Eric Barney, who is a
So
sleeper
not worth it.
agent
Nobody
for the
cares.
Fifth Dimensioner,
Nobody cares.
etc., who has the same abilities as the Roman Hydra. Finnish Blood, whose bank account balance looks like a phone number. Fred Sullivan, who
Wow.
is wanted in 45 different
Wow.
states for, quote, being too good of a lover. Harrison
wish.
Poland, who generates his own weather. Jared Berkman, who won a drag race on a horse he attached an engine to. John, who was actually the first to discover the New World, even before the Vikings. Mage the Mage, whose best friend is a Siberian tiger. Misha
That's
Boblov,
cool.
who has the record for destroying the most parades.
subscription
Snowtron,
lizard.
who has the best dramatic timing when emerging from the shadows. Pran of Prem, who thankfully won Lightsaber Limbo. Sean Martin, who sleeps on a bed of spikes and likes it. Soup Cube, who made a boxcar derby car that broke Mach 1. Sulpidius,
What?
who can tie his shoes with one
I
hand
literally
both
have
at
one
the same time. The Sinking
right
Bubble,
there.
who can speak to ghosts through rotary telephones. And You Frickin' Nerd, who just emerged from the ocean one day in Scandinavia. Otherwise, no known past. Even more huge
No
shout-outs to
known
my
past.
other
That's
Fuck
what
You
people
Money
think
patrons,
happened to me.
Agent Rhino, Ben Misera, Brendan Murphy, Donnie Snow, Dylan Calvo, Dylan Roche, Garrett Kane, Honor and Cultivation, Jerry Kraft, Caitlin, Kennedy Stapleton, Leif Arnhammer, Luke Herrera, Nick Kapainen,
Dude, next
Omega
episode's
Fighter,
gonna be nuts.
RCNFL,
The next
Skylar,
episode's gonna be
Sky Strider,
crazy.
Stephanie
You
Richards,
do not want to
Thiago
miss them. You
Nascimento,
can go to Patreon
Barunda,
to get them a
and
day
Zuki.
early.
And of course, my
You won't
God
miss 'em.
Overanalyzers, Alex Fritz,
Because
Alan
send them to
Garvin,
Patreon
Ali,
and through
PTCM,
Discord.
Andrew Watchett, Austin Gallup, Be My Valentine, Big Thirsty, Brando Espinoza, Brand Muffin, Cameron O'Solo, Canine Corpse, Charles Barnett,
We've
Dave
done-
Bertel, David Carlisle,
This is
DJ
the, what,
Jax,
the
Two Mutual
56th
Aid, Dom,
episode of
Saint,
Overanalyzing
Discord,
Avatar?
Earth 2 John, Eleanor
All
Rose,
this way, and
Michael
we're getting
Carr,
right down
Isaiah
to the
Wilson,
end.
It's Curtin, Jacob
If you're binge
Whitecotton,
watching this
Jake
series
the
later
Gardener,
on,
Jay Lambo,
keep
Jerry
doing it.
Rubenstein, Jimbo, John
Push
Ajaka,
on.
Jot Moore,
Watch one more
Joshua Bone,
episode.
Justin Scott, Caton Connor,
I know it's probably
Prendergast,
like,
Kate
you know,
Evans,
1
Keelan
in the
Gilligan,
morning
Lady
when you're
Serena,
watching this. You're
Lehman
binging
Russ,
through all of
Literal
them because
NASA
you just
rocket
found the
scientist,
series.
Madison McCone, Matthew Starjo, Mitchell
watch
Goldberg,
one more.
Mortius 007, Nickel Pickle 582,
This might be a good
Nicholas
stopping
Abbott,
point. Watch
Omar,
one more.
Papa Jaka, Papa Parker, Gas, Radiator Rat, Riley Booth, Rocket Mist, Shadow Fox Nero, Sky Not Dark,
Dude,
Sophie Kitty,
so many
Spory,
people.
Stein One, Super Snipper, Travis Chestnut, Triad Juice,
Now I
Vivina
gotta go record an
Lockfire,
hour-long
Wilbur Base Boosted,
Bricky
William Willett,
Warhammer
Wolfman
video.
Dan, Wool, and Wyatt Pence. Next up is Sozin's Comet Part 1.
Yes.
Hard to believe we're already here.
Yep, we have made it. It is, oh, we have 4 more episodes, 1 more month to go, and I am so excited to see how this is going to end and what he's going to say about the last episode. Just seeing a recap of the finale because it's so good. I actually went back and rewatched the recap. I think about 2 years ago, I went back and rewatched it. 3 years ago, I rewatched the entire series again, and 2 years ago, I was like, I had to go check on dogs. So I was like, not dog sitting, but there was a hurricane going on. So I drove through hurricane weather to get to my friend's place to look after their 3 dogs and make sure that they were safe and okay and weren't eating the couch. But this is the Ember Island players. This was a great episode. I look forward to the next one. It's going to be Sozin's Comet Part 1, which, oh man, it's going to be great. You do not want to miss it. I hope to see you there. But until next video, take care and cue the music.